All right, welcome back to the channel. It's your boy Fanon. And in this video, we're going to be in the 100 and I believe 40-pound division, where speculation is running wild about some statements from Gervonta Tank Davis's trainer on the Rise podcast about Gervonta's next move, which Calvin Ford described as huge, and they are trying to put the finishing touches on it. Let's talk about what that people think that means, what it could mean, and what it definitely means. It is not. Let's talk about that in this video. All right, welcome back to the channel. It's your boy Fanon. And in this video, we're going to be, I do believe, in the 140-pound division or the 135-pound division, where Gervonta Tank Davis will be making a return to the ring. Many people, or some people, think it's going to be this year. I personally think it's going to be early in January, seeing as he had 2 fights already this year. He served a jail stint. So more than likely, he's going to take a little bit of time. And obviously, we are in September, so the time is ticking, right? Now, there was an interview that took place yesterday. Shout out to the great Rise podcast. If you're not subscribed to the Rise podcast, make sure you guys go subscribe to the Rise podcast out of Upton Gym in Baltimore, Maryland, or Maryland. Say it like Baltimore people say it, Maryland. Had some good insight. Now, before I get into the details of it, let me welcome you back to the channel. If you are new to the channel, please accept my invitation to hit the subscribe button, hit the bell icon so you can be notified of when we release more videos. And if you're a longtime subscriber and supporter of the channel, thank you so much for your continued support. Thank you to everybody that supports in the super thanks of videos. Your support is greatly, greatly appreciated. Well, Calvin Ford has asked, come on, Coach Calvin, what's the deal? Who is Gervonta going to fight next? What's the deal? Calvin Ford answers the question that all he can say is that they are in negotiations for something that is very, very big. Now, and obviously we have a finite number of people that could be. People have talked to me and told me what they thought that meant. But you know how it is. A lot of people think that they're insiders, and it is what it is. Sometimes it ain't what they say it is. However, if it is what they're saying it is or what they believe it to be, this is very, very significant. Also, if you look at all of the options out there and say which fight would be huge for Gervonta Davis next, there's really only one that really stands out to me that is not a pure and unadulterated gimmick. Or actually, there are 2 that stand out, but only one of them I think is reasonable at all. And what are those? The number one is clearly, and this is what I was told they believe, was Teofimo Lopez, the WBO 140-pound champion who is promoted by Top Rank. That fight there would be one of the biggest fights in boxing, without a doubt. After a fight between Gervonta Davis and Ryan Garcia took place and did well over 1 million pay-per-view buys. Some people said it's 1.2. Other people said all the way up to 1.6. Gervonta Davis against Teofimo Lopez, I think, has a chance of doing something around those numbers. Now, why would I say that? Because Teofimo Lopez has a different demographic. He's not Mexican, which is, a little bit of a knock on him as far as this argument goes. However, he is somebody that I think he has a good sized fan base. And he is somebody that is a very, very good fighter, and his win over Josh Taylor created a situation where he is seen in a very good light once again. He did have some lackluster fights against Sandor Martin and George Kambosos, obviously. However, his star is shining as bright as it's gonna. It fits that two demographic type of model that often is associated with really big fights in the lower weight classes. Now, the reason why do I say two demographic? Because you have two different fan bases. You have a Hispanic fan, a Latino fan base for Teofimo Lopez, I suppose. That's not ever been proven, obviously, in a pay-per-view, but it's a big one. And obviously, Gervonta has a Black American fan base and a Latino fan base that's very, very, very big. So the combination of those two make it for a very big fight. It's also for a major championship belt at 140 pounds. If you want to talk about accolades, would be for, even though I'm not a big fan of the concept of lineal champions, especially in weight classes like 140, which is not a traditional weight class, one of the 8 original traditional weight classes, but other people assign that value to it. So there's that as well. And it's as big a fight as you really can make. That is a makeable fight. Now, is the question, is it makeable? I don't know, because of Bob Arum, right? But Bob Arum may be willing to cash Teofimo Lopez out. He may be able to say, or take the chance that the fight could really do big numbers, because again, the two demographics associated with it. And Teofimo Lopez, I'm sure, would jump on that chance to make that fight. Only question is does Teofimo Lopez want to be done? Does Teofimo Lopez really want to be? I favor Gervonta Davis to beat Teofimo Lopez. Just eye test on it. I favor Gervonta Davis over Teofimo Lopez. I think Teofimo Lopez could very much wind up going to sleep in that fight. But it's a dangerous fight for Gervonta Davis at the same time, because Teofimo Lopez can most definitely fight. The only question is can the fight be made, and how much exactly is Teofimo Lopez going to demand for the fight? But talking about what Teofimo Lopez and what his plans are in his career, man, it seems like it is almost lockstep with something he would do. Now, the other one is big fight that could be taking place is Monster Inoue, the unified or the undisputed 122-pound champion. If he wanted to jump up from past 126, past 130 to 135, or wanted to fight Gervonta Davis at, say, 130 or a catch weight of 132 or something like that, that also could be a big option. But personally, I don't even think that is as big as the fight with Teofimo Lopez. But what this would certainly not be, the option that I said that, looking at it where I'm like, okay, this is probably not the option, is a potential fight with Isaac Cruz, who Gervonta Davis pretty much beat with one hand, and a lot of people are not necessarily, at least on YouTube, all that receptive of as a fight. Even though I personally would love to see the fight, but I do understand the people that say, nah, I'm not really that into it. But we'll see what was going on with what happens with it. I know Teofimo Lopez. I believe Teofimo Lopez would love that fight. I do believe that there's probably enough money in that fight for Bob Arum to say, okay, yeah, we can make this fight, because of the amount of pay-per-views they would expect that to sell. It would have a chance to get into the 800,000, 900,000 pay-per-view buys. I do believe, because of the interest in Gervonta Davis and piggybacking off of the fight with Ryan Garcia. And this also kind of fits the way that Floyd Mayweather Jr. continued to have those very big pay-per-views with guys that, by themselves were not going to really sell a ton of pay-per-views, like Robert the Ghost Guerrero, or guys like Juan Manuel Marquez, and those guys did very good numbers for Floyd Mayweather Jr. But anyway, that's my take on the matter. You let me know what you think in the comments section. And with that, I'm out. Peace.